I know you're probably not done. It's more just to kind of get you thinking, right? So again, with the essay questions, we always want to make sure that we address what the prompt is, right? So we want to make sure that we understand the topic. As you guys move forward, some teachers are going to say the thesis, it belongs at the end, the thesis belongs at the beginning. It doesn't matter, okay? It really doesn't. Me personally, I think the thesis should go at the end. I'm not going to grade you anything differently. The only reason why I think the thesis, towards the end of the body introductory paragraph, is for what reason? What do you think? Yeah, but you can do that at the beginning and then kind of go wider. But you can say that at the very beginning and then give background after. Yes. Yeah, it's a smoother transition, right? It's a little bit smoother, in my opinion. It doesn't have to be. There's no rule. There's no writing rule that says you have to do that. Okay. If we were to pick apart this prompt, what would you say the topic is? Okay, the American Revolution, right? Now here's the thing. We have to address, you do not, okay? But let's address it real quick. What is a revolution? Change. Okay, I change my underwear every day. That's not revolutionary. That's just being clean. Massive change. Yeah, yes, drastic change, right? Huh? Okay, it can be societal, right? I come in and I'm Mrs. Castro with a sex change tomorrow. Revolutionary. Changing my underwear and socks? Clean. That's a change, right? So revolutionary is drastic change. Okay, that implies, hey, if we're going to have a revolution, it's because we want to completely break from what we had, right? So when we were hunters and gatherers and we discovered farming, it's called an economic revolution. Because we went from one type of economic system to a completely what? Different one. Does that make sense? So we want to make sure that, now here's the thing. In your intro, you're not going to start off by saying, revolution, it's big change. Don't start off with the definition of the word revolution. Right? We just want to make sure some of you are already thinking about that, huh? Right? Revolution have occurred over time. Again, you're not Francis Ford Coppola. Right? You're not introducing the next big movie. Alright? You're introducing your essay to me. Okay? So, a 5-year-old. Okay. So listen. So if we know the topic is the American Revolution, and we're going to start talking about causes and how the causes change things, you're implying to the 5-year-old that the revolution has happened. So what's missing for the 5-year-old is, what happened to the relationship? Right? There was a relationship before. So you need to take your first essay, your colonies essay, and reduce that to 5-6 sentences. Right? Because that's the previous topic. You need to explain how they went from being, what? British colonies, doing what they're told to, right? Those of you that had me today, we talked about the relationship between the child and the mother. That's really what you're talking about, right? How we went from benign to salutary to a breakdown in the relationship. And then you can say, this is why the war was fought. Does that make sense? You need to set up why the relationship, right? We're talking about the ultimate breakup here. Yes? It's too late to apologize, right? Okay? So the ultimate breakup of what was happening that led to the ultimate breakup. Okay? Still with me? For sure. Okay. Anybody want to volunteer some of the ideas they had in terms of thesis? Yeah, Rena? Listen.
Just read the whole thing.
Yeah, please.
Okay. The reasons for the cry of independence included the perceived unfairness of certain economic policies implemented by Britain. Social tensions among the colonists and Britain, and the dislike of the tyrannical monarchy resulting in the transformation of some of the very ideals Britain had founded in the colonies.
Is that good? That's good. That's really good, right? And it doesn't just economic whatever, right? It's a little bit more elaborate. Okay? When I post my videos, because I'm going to post these in Modo, like what we're doing right now. Do you mind responding and typing that one in as an example? Okay. Yeah, you can do mine.
No, I
Okay. Any other volunteers? You guys got one? Go ahead. Quiet.
Mine says the economic social stuff.
Okay, go.
What is known as the Revolutionary War had drastic economical, social, and political changes, which then caused those who lived in the 13 colonies to differ in opinion, thus falling into the American Revolution.
Okay. Good, but what's it missing? The second part. Right? So that would be fantastic, but then you need to add something like consequently or furthermore. When the colonists eventually do break and form their own government, they're going to have to address the reasons the war was fought in their new society or new government. Does that make sense? That would be a great start. Just add to that. And again, there's also no rule that the thesis needs to be one sentence. Right? It could be right there. Perfect. Now add, right? Furthermore, consequently, okay, as a result, yes? And then add that second piece. Does that make sense? Would you guys agree? Okay, others? No, nobody else wants to volunteer? Go for it. Oh, come on.
Okay. Well, mine, I didn't really put exact reasons.
Why does everybody need to apologize?
Okay.
Just say it.
The factors to why.
Hold on, let me get my nails so I can crucify you after. Go ahead.
The factors to why the Revolutionary War was fought and to the extent that it created change in American society in the striking century known as the 17th century was the following: the battles and wars that occurred which created political trends, social conflicts, such as religion, for example, and economic gains.
So for the results.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would say that's pretty decent, just your order. Right? Because what is it, how is the order of causes being asked? Economic, social.
Okay, so follow the.
You always follow the order. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The only other thing that I would change too is 17th century.
It is. Okay.
Because it is more than the 17th century, right? Does that make sense? Just be careful with time. Did I tell you guys that that's the number one mistake made by students of AP history?
So
It's
can you say-
time.
Can you say 17th through 18th century?
Yeah, you could. Okay, and really maybe even the 18th century because that's really when the breakdown in relationship happens. Yeah,
So
yeah.
for the thesis, when you said that, we should make it into 2 sentences,
We have 3 sentences.
and that's fine. Like you don't recommend doing more than sentence.
No, it's not that I don't recommend. If you can compound it into one, it's fine. As you guys get a little older and you go to college, because your body paragraphs are going to be more body paragraphs, your theses are going to be that much more elaborate.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
And that was not that one was like.
Because your thesis, let's say that your essay is like about like the philosophers, right? And how maybe you're studying like 10 different philosophers, and it's about similarities and differences, right? So your thesis could be like they related to each other when it came to this, and this. However, they were very different when it came to this, and this. And then furthermore, like, and that's still your thesis.
Okay.
Because your research paper is going to be like 20 pages. So you need to be able to give everything that's going to be in your paper in like whatever amount of sentences. Make sense?
Yeah.
This is not big. So to take up half a paragraph, 5 sentences is too much. You know? Does that make sense? And then on the AP exam, like, you don't have that much time. You know? Others, yeah. Huh? Oh, yeah. Can you make sure that's locked? Okay. All right, others. Okay, let's turn the page. So you'll notice that when you turn the page, we got breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, obviously, breakfast is going to be what? Okay, economic, social, political, right? So what I would like you to do, okay, now, if you want to, you have 2 choices right now. You can either start with this, or you can start with this. Some people may not be able to do this right now. So we're talking economic, social, political, right? The next part, because we have not read chapters 7 and 8, may be difficult. If you can jump ahead and start doing this, where you start actually itemizing, I'm fine with that. If you can't, and you're still trying to figure out what's economic, social, political, what I'd like you to do is in your groups talk about some of the things and discuss where you would put some of the key things you just came up with, right? For example, somebody said King George III. Where can he go? He can go political. He can go in social. He can go in economic. Why can he go in all three? Now, granted, he is the king. Huh?
Because he has the power to possibly change the economy.
For sure, he has the power to change the economy.
Religion, which is socially, mostly social.
Well, and it doesn't have to be religion, but more just the fact that they're being treated like second-class citizens, right? And then religion could be a piece of that.
And then political, because war can start wars based on being against another king.
Okay, so he's the king.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like bacon in our shopping, right? He can be. What about something like the stamp tax or the Stamp Act? Economic, okay. Can he go anywhere else? Political. Some of these can be used over and over. Depends on how you explain it, right? Okay? 3 minutes. Go.